Ladies and gents, welcome. Apologies for the early speed as we're catching up to live time, but welcome to another Two Worlds battle. In the red, we've got Doubt, who actually has had a fantastic start. He won the first two. He seems a lot more capable in these settings thus far. And here he is setting up a town center in Lands Nomad land, and then also in Islands. And then in the blue, you've got Slam, who's gone for the Persians as opposed to the Huns. And Slam doing the same thing. So the concept, if you didn't see the first two, and trust me, the first two were well worth the watch. Both those games are fantastic. The concept is that you are separated from each other, and you cannot assist yourself on each side. So, you know, like let's say you had 1,000,000 paladins over here. Can you ever cross this? Nope. You're going to be stuck without army on the other side then. So it's a balance between the two. Now, I was thinking of civs for this, and the two civs that crossed my mind were actually Huns and Persians. Huns, mainly due to the fact that they don't have to build houses, and I think when it comes to spamming ships, they're pretty good. But Persians, arguably the better civ, if you're able to play it out, because they start with plus 50 food and plus 50 wood, and Persians also have extra HP on their docks and their town centers, which I think can be really important, depending on the position you're going to be in. So we will have to see. But to the people who are watching here on the live stream right now, I'm really curious on your thoughts on this so far. I personally really like it. I really want to see a game, though, where both players, like at least one side is lost and it still continues. So, like, let's say Doubt starts to win on Islands. I want Slam then to be winning on Lands Nomad. It really has been this back and forth. These guys are like pushing back and forth on each side. It's just, honestly, it's been too close. That's it. It's been too competitive. You hate to see it. Yeah, but it can be a lot more snowbally on islands. It's a lot harder to come back on water. So I think going fast feudal into water pressure is definitely the play here. Slam producing out of his TCs, as well as producing out of his dock here. Good start for him. Also, Huns start with minus 100 wood. So I think that's probably an argument for them to not be played on Lands Nomad. Since it is a 2 TC start, it's possible that they changed that for the Huns and I missed it. But to me, it kind of looks like that's the case right now, because Slam was significantly faster to the dock. Fun stuff. I probably wouldn't enjoy playing this all that much, but watching it is freaking awesome, man. So it's really funny to watch, but I fear that you can go into a stalemate. Yeah, you can, but my idea, and I don't know if they're following this, was to put it on standard victory and make it possible to win with a wonder. And so if each player has kind of won a side, you have to determine when you've won that side completely and go for a wonder. And I think that would be amazing. So Burkika says Huns are top civs on Land Nomad for me. Really? You think so? I don't think they are in regular Nomad, but maybe I'm out of the loop. There are a lot of people who really like to play Land Nomad. Actually, I think it's a lot better on Land Nomad than Islands, because you don't need to dock on Land Nomad. So being down a little bit of wood doesn't hurt too much. But then it depends on what version of Land Nomad you're playing. If you're one of the real Land Nomad players, you probably play the start where you have to build a lumber camp before the TC, which is not the case these days. That's how it used to be. All right. So there goes Slam on the way to Feudal Age, as we expected. I'm expecting a whole lot on wood and a whole lot on gold. He wants to get ahead quickly. Going for a second dock now. There is the second dock for Doubt. Now, this is where Huns start to feel really strong, because you don't have to build houses. And when it gets messy and you're producing out of docks and your TCs, I can promise you, you're going to get housed if you're Slam. It's going to happen one of these times, and it could be at a crucial time when you're neck and neck with production on water, and then you forget, and then you get pop capped, and then the rest is history. But again, what's cool is you have Persian docks, and so your docks have more HP than even the opponent town centers. So it's like not at all concerned to come back on water with Persians. Interesting, though, that Slam is adding more fish right now. I mean, he's not up to the next stage yet, But, you know, he has a lot more out there than you see Doubt with. Doubt with everything on wood here. Yep, Doubt is trying to streamline this as much as possible towards winning water. But he's almost doing this like this was a 1v1 game, guys. I mean, okay, it is a 1v1, but he's almost doing this like a normal Islands game. Those build orders will have only 4 fishing ships, and then you abandon everything, food-wise. But what Slam has done is he has a lot more food floating, which allows for him to produce out of 2 TCs. I think Doubt might not be able to produce out of 2 TCs for that long. Because he only has 170 food. So, I mean, at the same time, he's also going for 4 docks. Slam is only going to be on 3. So we'll see. Slam opens up with fire galleys right away. And we have the same for Doubt. Doubt misclicked a galley here. Maybe that was intentional. Yeah, I think since he did it out of both docks, it was probably intentional. But yeah, obviously Slam could also lose his fishing ships. It's a very fair point. It all depends. I'm just talking about, you know, will he be able to produce out of his TCs? Right now, it's already hitting him. Now, galleys mast are harder to stop once you're at like 10 or 15. But fire galleys are better in close quarters. So it's really awkward for Doubt if Slam comes forward with more. But at the same time, I do really like how Doubt has gone for 4 docks. I think that might work out better for him, and we'll see. Oh, he's gotten out microed, though. He does not have a demo on the way. He's completely in trouble here. Trying to get away with galleys, and he knows he's in trouble, so he's adding another dock. This could hurt Doubt again when it comes to his food eco as well, kind of relying on the fish. He is sending more to food now in other areas of the map. But look at his queue. He's got 3 ships queued here. None in here. He's definitely falling apart at the moment. Meanwhile, Slam's fishing ships are still working. And Slam could be in Castle Age soon. Slam needs this one. Slam played really well the first 2 games. Game 1 in particular, I felt like he played really well. Game 2, I mean, it was about the same. I wasn't a big fan of the Mines choice, you know. Doubt made it look super easy. But yeah, Slam's going to be in Castle Age. Yikes. Again, 1v1 islands, I can see opening the way you did, maybe. But you definitely got to focus on the outer eco as well if you're Doubt. Hasn't really been doing much over here. Slam has actually been farming. He actually took some zebra as well. And all Slam is going to want is he's going to want to click the water upgrades. And simply doing that, look how he spread up his ships too. That's really good. Simply doing that should mean that he could dominate water. How did Slam do this? I mean, Doubt, I guess Doubt's got 32 on wood right now. And boom, Doubt arrives. Surprise, surprise, Slam. And okay, suddenly Doubt surprises Slam. It's not his birthday, but a little surprise party, I guess. And okay, so what you do if you're Slam is you sail away with your fish. You keep all your new ships inside your dock. And then you click the War Galley upgrade when you arrive to Castle. That will upgrade your fire ships, and then you dominate water. Also, you remember the plumed archers in the previous game? I talked about how awkward it is with 2 town centers to have to micro plumes. And how I preferred knights. Oh my god, that was a big demo. Think of it that way. You have archers and knights, essentially, if you're comparing it to land battles. That's the way I see it anyways. I doubt, of course, the god of micro that we all know. And dominate regardless. And look at Slam. Little dock back here. Gonna have some safe fish. And obviously he's just waiting the right time. And he could actually fully surround Doubt. Oh, no. Doubt. Oh, jeez. Where are you going, buddy? Okay, so in the previous games, there were situations where it looked bad, but it was recoverable. I'm gonna say that this is the worst it's looked for someone before 20 minutes so far in these types of games. Because it looks to me like Doubt is going to completely lose water. Oh my god! Oh my god, hold on. Hold the phone. I know you want to see more, but we need to rewatch that one. Holy crap. He's got 9 ships. And he goes down to 2 after that. That was beautiful. Anyways, I just don't see how Doubt... I mean, he can send in feudal age demos all he wants. But he's going to need endless amounts of feudal age demos. And I think his docks are going to get destroyed. So Slam, expanding to his town center on land, Slam's got to be thinking about winning Lands Nomad. And if he wins Lands Nomad as well, big problems for Doubt. And here's another demo. And Slam gets another massive shot. Yeah, these docks don't stand a chance, man. These docks don't stand a chance. This is... I mean, it's not GG for Doubt on water because he has only lost his fish. But what's going to happen on land now? You have the barracks for Doubt. He maybe is thinking about a stable or an archer range. And I think if you're Slam, the risk here is just if you boom too much. You don't want to boom too much. You definitely want to focus on Lands Nomad. And also, you could just consider to continue to go full crazy on water. You could transport as well, but obviously there's a lot of stuff going on right now. Doubt not wanting to give up just yet. Still trying to queue some demos. But no chance of killing the fish back there. And there's the stable now for Doubt. That was sick. Oh, yeah? We will put that demo on the shorts. But we'll get that onto the shorts channel at some point. Lovely play from Slam. Let's see if he can close it out. He's killed 5 eco. Obviously, Doubt's killed 0. 32-7 KD, though. Now we have double stable for Slam, who now has the safe fish boom, bringing him in food. Also, 3 town centers producing villagers as opposed to 2. I always get a little antsy with the Persians with 3 TCs because... yeah, their town centers produce faster, but it's almost like they produce too fast for me. I don't know if anyone else has felt that. Like, I never float resources for army when I'm with Persians. Because I have vills in queue, and you need so many vills in queue to keep it consistently producing. But obviously, he's going to be fine. He's got an amazing economy. He's going to go for knights out of 4 stables. And we have what looks to be all-in cav archers for Doubt. Which normally is a pretty good play. But he is just so far behind right now. I don't know, like, we still need to see more games with this, but it almost feels like it's going to be very hard to find a situation where one player wins one side and then loses the other. Because they're kind of tied together, at least economically, right? Doubt losing this side is leading to him not having the eco to compete with Slam on the other. That's how the game tends to flow. Fascinating. We have another range for Doubt, who correctly recognizes he needs more cav archers. And Slam, chain barding armor in already. He's got bloodlines in already, so he's got the upgrades, and now he just needs to focus on the knights. Obviously has Doubt surrounded right now. His score is very high. And still continually redocking. If you take one thing away from this cast, it is that you want to do this with fishing ships. It is so helpful. And that's a lot of CA for Doubt. A lot of cav archers. Doubt is known for his all-in cav archer plays, and he has pulled off some crazy victories with it before. And actually, until now, I don't think Slam knew that that's where Doubt was. Yeah, and Doubt had made a scout earlier, so I think he knew. Okay, Slam. Would love to see a siege workshop in this type of situation. I think going for scorpions is always a good play. Slam flirting with the idea of Imperial Age, possibly. I mean, it either is the way he wins the game or loses the game, you know? He also could put 1,000 food and 800 gold into production of knights, and then it's probably 100% over. But trying to go imp in this situation could be seen as a little risky. By the way, there's a transport there for Slam. Doubt knows he's behind. So he's given it his best shot. And I'm a little worried for Slam. He doesn't have that many knights. But obviously, he can keep his mass up, wait a couple minutes, and then get the upgrades. Then you never know. Here's a fight for Slam. Not bad. Actually, very good engagement. Able to kill some CA. Force the CA back for Doubt. You now have Rams for Doubt, who's going to try and push a Persian TC with Rams. He might start with the stables here. Again, Slam has cut production because of this decision. If there was ever a way to throw the game, it would be going Imp here. I think that he could have just gone all in Knights. He could have as many Knights as Doubt has Cav Archers. Or at least close to it. And close to it is fine. Is it possible that Doubt brings this back? Slam's got so much on gold right now. He's got so much economy, but Doubt still hasn't lost that much on Islands. And he's starting to make this push. Also, Plate Barding Armor takes 90 seconds. Cavalier takes about 90 seconds. These are upgrades that take a very long time for Slam. And he's only got 10. Why not full skirms? Full skirms would be a really bad decision because there's a siege workshop, and skirms are very vulnerable against the siege. But he really wanted these upgrades, guys. He's kind of throwing right now. Slam's kind of throwing. Highly questionable decision. But he is making some siege. He is going to get away with some vills. And Doubt's probably like, Slam, what are you doing, dude? Like, how am I able to do this? But uh-oh. The transport, it sends some knights over. These will be upgraded soon. Doubt's got to go for monks. Doubt also going for conversions. He will get one. And he keeps his monks alive, too. A lot of Cav Archers there. Oh, man. But this is so awkward for Doubt. And Slam still has a good economy. And now he has Cavalier. He's starting to lose his stables, though. He is very much stuck right now. He needs to take this fight shortly. He needs a couple big shots. If Doubt can take care of this, he can win. He needs to take care of this right now. He needs to take this fight. Slam's waiting. Cavalier's in. Man, every little bit counts here for Slam, but I think that siege is going to be so tough for Doubt to deal with. It's going to be so tough for him to push in further. There's so many Cavalier, so the Rams will go down. But then the Cav Archers are there too. And look at Doubt. He's starting to spam pikes. Doesn't have that many upgrades over here. You see, this is kind of catching up with Doubt, but Doubt also got conversions. The Mangonels are there. Good micro. The Knights that were converted earlier went in after the siege. Well played. Slam's going to repair, though, which is also amazing. Oh, man, this is an insane battle. Doubt, not ready to give it up. He's got more pop than Slam. This is such a good game. But guys, pikemen with very little upgrades do nothing against Imp Cavalier. Unless Slam keeps hitting his own units with siege, in which case it'll do a bit more. Keep in mind, Slam, he lost a lot of stables there, so he's got to make those now. And Doubt's not that far off from clicking up to Imp. It's just, if this pressure continues for Slam, will he be able to make it there? Doubt hoping for more conversions, not able to get them. The pike's getting chewed. Cav Archers are staying alive, but they're backing away. This is where a lot of Doubt's economy is. He'll get raided. Great job from Slam there to continue to push in. Would love to see Slam with a castle. I don't know how easy his stone access is right now, but I'd love to see him with a defensive castle right here. He's trying to get more on stone. He actually just bought stone. This is also pretty good. Maybe get Bodkin. I don't know. I guess your ships could actually be converted. Doubt could also consider coming back on water at some stage. So you've got to be mindful of that if you're Slam and maybe just patrol around the shoreline a little bit. But okay, so the differences between these players. Obviously fantastic players. But like, I think that Doubt would have won the game already from Slam's position. Would you guys agree with that? I think he would have just continued to produce knights, kept his lead, and he wouldn't have tried to be so cute and fancy with it. But, you know, Slam, he's not dead, right? But he tried to be fancy and tried to just get by, which is a very dangerous game against someone like Doubt, because Doubt puts his foot on the gas. He puts his foot on the pedal. He tried that. And now he's maybe thinking, am I losing this game right now? At this point, I really like the rating, but there is a point against Cav Archers where you actually need to trade against the army, right? Killing villagers is fantastic. But there is definitely a stage where this Cav Archer ball is so big you can't counter it. Keep in mind, Doubt's not even an imp yet, guys. He's still got a goat. He's booming. Goat does survive, thankfully. Another castle now for Slam. Slam's still in need of more Cav production. Slam going to transport over here, though, is a very big deal. He does not have careening yet, so he can only send 5 at a time. He might have to send his transport back. It's very annoying business to have to do that. And, oh, you know what else is annoying? When you run into castle fire, and then you try and run away, and you group up your monk with everybody else. That obviously hurts Doubt, but Doubt still got the Cav Archers. That's a lot of Cav Archers. Slam's Cavalier were so expensive. And he had the eco lead. He had the TCs. Just had to produce. Also, that's Doubt's Imp TC, which is kind of funny. Makes it to Imp, though. 160 population versus 175. We have had 2 straight victories for Doubt with these settings. The battle of 2 worlds. The battle over this between the scout and the villager. Those golds are going to be important down there. Another gold secured by Slam. Slam could save for Paladin here. There's a world where he saves for Paladin, because now that Doubt is also going to make Halberdier. This is really tough. If I know Slam, he's going to save for Paladin, because remember what he did before. He saved for Imp instead of producing. So at this point, maybe he's like, ooh, I got to save up for that. But as I say that, he's making hand cannons. And yeah, hand cannons are okay against Hal, but there's still a superior range unit out there. I think Doubt has brought this back. So many Cav go down. This is a big problem. Slam is in trouble. But he's dropping a castle over here. He's dropping a castle over here. I think that if Doubt sees this, he needs to buy his own and also drop it here. Oh! There he goes! And this could be a denied castle, a Doubt castle for Slam. I don't think Slam's going to complete his at this rate. 90 army for Slam. 90 army. And he's got some hand cannons in there. He'll have more Cavalier. He's got the bomber cannon. Obviously, when Doubt sees it, he immediately thinks he's going to go in for it there. We'll see if Doubt focuses on the Vills. But most likely, this is going to be a castle that does not complete. And we are going to see a score switch. And Slam has just got to be kicking himself. Yep. Castle gets denied at 85%. Gives Doubt an opportunity to come back on water, but clearly he's focused here right now. And it's just not... Hand cannon, bomber cannon, not really a thing against the Huns. It's not something that's generally all that successful. I think Slam's decision to stop producing and give Doubt his way back into the game was the fatal moment here. And again, full credit to Doubt, because it was an incredible hold. So many Cav Archers, monks, pikemen. He had to get his eco up there too. He was so far behind. But Huns have cheaper units from here. And I think going Halb Cav Archer is one of the most devastating things you can do against Persians. In fact, I'm not really sure what Persians can really do unless Persians were to have Paladin. If you have Paladin with like 30, 40, like 30 or 40 Paladins, sorry, with a lot of skirmishers and maybe crossbows, then it's a little different. Hun Cav Archer is very cheap. Hun's very good in messy situations. So they can continuously produce. They don't have to worry about getting pop capped or anything like that. And crossbow for Persians when you're behind is never really a plague. It's more about staying ahead. Because it is, at the end of the day, a crossbow. Even if it only costs wood, it's a crossbow. And that crossbow is going to be worse than a Cav Archer. Ballistics now for Slam. Bodkin arrow. He's thinking about skirmishers. Not a bad unit when you see Halberdier and when you see Cav Archers. But Persians do lack the final attack upgrade. And of course, Huns always have the potential to mix in some Tarkins or Light Cav or anything. When they have control, if you switch to counter them, Huns can usually counter you. And I think it's a correct decision from Dow to just not worry about this at all. And yeah, Slam just taps out. Now, I guess in theory, what should be happening in these games is Slam just gives up here. And then he produces on water to try and win water, right? I think that... I mean, I guess it's like kind of the idea. But, yeah, well played, Dow. Okay, but at the same time, that was such a throw. We have to go back and look at it. So what was it? 23 minutes. Okay. Actually, let's go before that, actually, because this is when he's banking res. Okay. Go 22 minutes. All right. At this stage, he's got 35 on food, 18 on gold. Doubt's got 19, 16. Doubt has 74 eco. Slam has 100. You get ahead on water. You have your fish. And you're on 3 town centers. Granted, he doesn't know exactly what Doubt's up to. Doubt is on a total of 2, obviously being on each side. What you do here is you flood the map with army. And if you look, he does produce some knights, to be fair. He doesn't know where Doubt is. Another thing that was kind of awkward for him. If you see Cav Archers from Doubt, you have to know. Doubt or Huns, it's going to be kind of all-in-ish, right? And look at his res. So he starts to save for Imp. Now, at this point, it's 23 army for Doubt. He's got 20 Cav Archers. Slam has 8 knights, which is not too terrible. If you use your stables, the 4 stables you have here, and you just produce knights nonstop, by the time we get to this engagement, it's going to be like 25 to 30 knights versus 40 Cav Archers. And then you're winning the fight. You're pushing it back. And then after you take a really good fight, you can raid and you can do all those things. Waiting for Imp allowed Doubt back into the game and allowed Doubt to ram down your TC and take you off of gold and take you off of farms, etc. So I think that was just a misplay there from Slam. He's a good player. It's just sometimes there's these key moments where he needs to have a better understanding of like what the game flow is going to be if he does X, Y, or Z. And in that situation, kind of started to fall apart there. But again, Doubt wins. I don't know if that means we have more games than this. But I have to say, the maps look really, really cool. My idea, which I think would be fun, is allow Wonder Victory. Allow Wonder Victory. So, like, if you start to, let's say Slam starts to lose here at the end, but he has the resources for a Wonder and starts to build a Wonder, then Doubt has to immediately drop everything he's doing and try and build a Wonder as well. The Wonders might not even complete. Like, players might end up realizing, okay, that, like, we've got to do something about it. So, let's say Slam goes for a Wonder Victory, then Doubt would have to come back on water. But I think if you allow a Wonder Victory, it would actually be really, really fun. Because the losing player can build a Wonder on the other side, and then it immediately incentivizes the winning player on one side to go to the other. You know what I mean? That would have to go Rams or Cannon Galleons. You'd have to win water back. I think it'd be really fun. As opposed to just, you know, calling it quits because you realize, okay, I've lost that one side pretty heavily. So it's still a new concept. These were my ideas that I'd passed along to the show match host. I think I'm going to make it happen regardless. If it's not these 2 players, that's what I'm going to do. It would be super spicy. Also, there's maybe ideas where you can make it so this does disappear at a certain period of time, like 45 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, you know? It'd be really cool if maybe this disappeared, because I know you can do that at some stages.